Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how scripting creates and manifests your ideal reality. I am your host, Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back and good morning from the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas. I have a big video. I want to talk about a client that I've met with a few times. And his assumption, right, his words that he was, quote, struggling with was the imaginal scene, trying to imagine, trying to visualize what he wants. And what I reminded him that, really, remember, you're not really conjuring up an imaginal scene. All of those frames, all of those images, all of those realities, all of those scripts, all of those film rolls already exist. You're really receiving it and perceiving it. So he really got that in. And his thing is he likes to write. He writes as a hobby. And I said, write it, script it. Scripting is a powerful process. That's imagining. Scripting is an imaginal act. Your thinking is an imaginal act. It's all, you are an imaginal act, right? You are the process. So as he got into scripting, he wanted to talk about some of the things he created, things with his relationship with his girlfriend, his quote SP, and things happening at work that he's imagining and that are unfolding. So we're going to talk about that. First, I want to talk about something that happened on Saturday, which is kind of cool, not a big deal. But the person I was out with, she said, Tom, that when I watched yesterday's video, the wanting, not wanting paradox, I expected you to mention what happened to us on Saturday. And the thing is, I didn't think it was a big deal, but it does fit perfectly in with the wanting, not wanting video that I posted Saturday. But that video was already shot. It wasn't, I had not created the thumbnail. It wasn't downloaded yet when this kind of cool thing happened as we were out. And as we were out on Saturday, I said, it just occurred to me, I need cash for the valet. And just as I said that, I tripped over what looked like a metal bar right in the cement. You know, sometimes there's a metal bar right in the cement. So I tripped and fell. And she goes, what are you doing? And I said, well, the metal bar. And she goes, what metal bar? And I'm going, there's no metal bar, right? There's no metal bar. And as I got up, there's a $20 bill I was sitting on. And she burst out laughing, right? We both did. That's hilarious. How Source plays with you, right? That's the money for the valet. That's the cash, right? It didn't come from me. It didn't fall from my pocket. That was just there. I was sitting on it. And we both really had a very hearty laugh over that. That's funny. And so she said on the phone when she called me, she goes, I'll kill you if you don't share that story. And I laughed. And then she started laughing because death's impossible. She can't kill me. Forevermore I will exist. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you today just to show you how Source is always flirting with you. It's always there. It always works out. So let's get back to the scripting. Whatever I script is reality. So fun. This is what this client's saying now as he's seeing things unfold that he writes. Right? He writes it down. He doesn't focus on it. He just puts it away and it unfolds, both in his job and his career and with his girlfriend right now. Remember, what are you doing? You're really lighting up the future frame. That's an imaginal act, right? There's your script. That frame's being lit up. Scripting is an imaginal act. Scripting moves your attention and awareness over the frame of reality you choose to experience. In other words, it focuses you as I am, over that your I am awareness over the frame of reality you choose to experience. The frames are already there. The images are already there in potential. All potential exists. The script is written. This is what A Course in Miracles says. Creation is finished. Neville got it. That's why all frames and all scripts exist in the film roll archive of eternity. They're all there, right? All those frames. And then you connect them with your imaginal end and how you want to see things. How you imagine your life to be. As you light up that frame gets fit into a script or a film roll that leads you to all that, right? All those images exist. They're not connected in any way. You make the connection, right, by lighting that up. The power is in what the scripting in the frame implies. You choose the film roll or script of your life experience by lighting up the film roll. That's how someone always asks, well, how do you choose? By imagining it, by scripting that imagined end, by imagining that imagined end, by seeing that end, right? That's how you choose the film roll or script, because that frame that has been lit up now moves to the film roll or script where the events, the bridge of events, the path of least resistance, they unfold to lead you to everything you want. That's what that whole thing means by choosing. You're lighting it up, you're imagining it. He's doing it by scripting. Love scripting. Remember, the script is written, A Course in Miracles. So what does that really mean? Well, let's get back to those levels of creation, just 6 and 7, to show you what that means. Remember, 7 is source. It's first cause. It's pure awareness. It's the absolute. It's the Father of Scripture, the Lord or the law of Scripture. It's God. It's the isness of reality. It's all power. It's not conditioned. It's absolute, changeless reality. Nothing changes. It's all power. Then you have level 6, the first manifestation, if you want to think of it that way, of God, of the absolute, of the Father, of that isness of reality, of that pure awareness. That pure awareness, now, the first manifestation is that I am awareness or consciousness. To be able to be conscious of something, right? That's God or the Son. That's the beingness in which we move and live and have our being or exist. That's the beingness. That's infinite power. Infinite power what? To do what? To be all potential scripts. To be or do or have anything you want, to have that experience. But remember, it's still unchanged. This changeless reality, that I am, is still unchanged, untainted, and untouched by whatever potential is within it. It's just potential. Do you see it? It's still untouched. It's still unscathed. I and my Father are one. I am awareness. I is that consciousness. I'm one with the Father, the first cause, the first source, or the isness of reality, the am of reality. I am. I and the Father are one. We are one together. But the Father is greater than I. The isness, the all power, the absolute changeless reality is greater than whatever I, as awareness, can imagine or experience as reality. Whew. That's powerful. Reality is changeless. It is this that makes it real and keeps it separate from all appearances. A Course in Miracles. What a beautiful sentence. It describes everything in one sentence. Reality is changeless. God is changeless. It is this that makes it real, isness, and separate from all appearances, the unreal. Remember, I am's real, but the awareness of something other than yourself as God is unreal. It's an experience of that amness, or that isness, or that beingness of reality. Remember, you were made perfect in God's image, or in His nature. That means you have the free will to be aware of anything. You were made perfect. You wouldn't be made perfect if you could only be aware of what you judge as positive experiences, right? You have the free will to be aware of anything or any aspect of reality, anything that you create. But remember, you create it. That's what time is. Time is the changing forms. Do you see it? Time's not a thing. Times change. Without change, it's changeless. It's unity. It's oneness. There is no time. It's just now, and it's one, and it's unity. Time gives you the ability, right, to experience change within that oneness, to experience what it's like to be that source, to be that I am, to be that one God, right? But the only thing that is real is the changeless reality. Do you see it? Of that one life, that one love, that one source. That's what time, so time is really about that change, or that experience of changing forms, right? As you move over a frame and leave another frame behind you, or there's a frame in front of you, quote, in linear time. It's all here and now. It's changeless. But you could have the experience of that. That's what that means. There's only one true or real story. That's your I am story. I am that I am. God told Moses the real story, right? Everything else is unreal, right? Only the changeless script of love is real. There's only one choice, God, unity, oneness, in heaven. Right? We believe we have all these infinite choices. Well, that potential exists. If you didn't have that potential, you would be limited, right? And God doesn't create limited beings. God created you in his image, unlimited. In its image, unlimited. You can be, do, or have. In that oneness, in that heaven, you can choose. But there's only really one choice. It's God. But we can create the experience of having other choices, having change in that one reality, in that one unity. Experience the idea of time or change, right? I am here and now. It's unconditional, changeless love and life. It's eternity. Everything else is an experience of changing forms of that one changeless reality. They appear in time, not in eternity. Do you see it? Change doesn't happen in eternity. It's just here and now in unity. But we create this idea of time because we create this idea of change, right? Of the idea of a form, of seeing a form, of creating a form, and that's time. Remember, experiencing changing forms is really equal to experiencing linear time. Time and change are equal. That's what they mean because reality is changeless. So to experience change, you create this thing called time that separates one frame from another frame in time so you can experience it. But all those frames are just one unity, one love, and they're all happening now, and you are all of it, right? You are that great I am of Scripture. Remember, scripting, as my client learned, is a powerful imaginal act that creates a unique experience and appearance of that one changeless reality I am. So it's not just a state akin to sleep and imagining a scene. That's really powerful. But you're imagining all day long by what your inner talking is, what your inner speech is, the story you're telling yourself or the story you're writing. It's all your story. Tell the I am story of how you would like things to be or how you would have liked things to be, whether you're thinking of a memory or an image of the past, or creating what you believe is a new image in the future. It's all now. Imagine how you would like things to be. That I am awareness, and the Father, that isness or absolute am of reality, are one. But the Father, that changeless reality, is greater than I. The I am awareness of the infinite potential to be aware of anything. Do you see that? That's what that means. The absolute isness of reality, that changeless reality, is greater than the I am awareness of the I am awareness or that awareness of changing forms. It's greater, but they're also one. Why are they one? Because that I am awareness is untouched, unaffected by anything it can imagine or experience as reality. Do you see it? It's untouched by that. So I and the Father are one, but the Father is greater. That unchangeable is greater. That isness is all power. That's infinite power. So remember, if that's true, then real versus unreal is not the question. It's all reality. Course in Miracles says it. Nothing unreal exists. So what is the question then? The question really is all potential, all power, the unseen versus the manifested potential or the manifested power, the seen. It's only a question of that, but it's all reality and it's all changeless. But you can create the experience of change, which we call time, which we call seeing different things change, changing forms and appearances in all time. But it's all untouched. The I am's untouched. Source is untouched. The isness of reality is untouched by anything you can imagine or experience. That's the real key here. Right now, despite the changing conditions of the 3D world, these changing appearances, your I am story or script is the only reality, because I am is the only reality. So whatever story you're telling with I am, whatever you're scripting, whatever that you're telling within, whatever you're imagining within your imaginal scenes, either at a state akin to sleep, an alpha state, or whenever, or just thinking a thought and sending an intention out, it's now. Write your script, your new story, from that place of truth, from your I am conviction within. Remember, it comes from a place of truth. There's only the truth of I am. There's only the truth of that changeless reality. Your new script or frame becomes and is the only reality in the writing of it. That's why he's experiencing that. In the writing of it, you're declaring and assuming that new reality. You're choosing among infinite potential scripts. The script is written, but you're choosing among an infinite potential of those scripts, of those frames. You script your ideal happy ending, your imaginal frame or your scene. As you script that, remember, the power is in the potency is in the implication. It implies that will fit into a film roll or script or parallel reality that leads you along the path of least resistance, over the bridge of incidence to everything you want. Right? You're the one. You make those invisible connections of those frames of reality. All the frames exist and they're all independent and they're all here and now. But you make those invisible threads. You thread together those frames by writing that script of your happy ending, by writing your imaginal stream, how you would like to see things. Right? And then the implication is you move to the film roll or parallel reality of your dream. This is how it goes. Remember, this is how we look at those frames of reality. They all exist. Past frames that we believe that we're no longer focused on. And then your current frame is your current reality, and then the future frame. As you light that up, you move. Right? Remember, don't get stuck on any one frame of reality. Right? By resisting it, resist nothing. Don't resist those changing frames. Right? You're always moving to your desired frame. As you light it up, you continue to move film rolls or parallel realities. See that the current and the future now start merging. Remember, the green's your current frame. That this violet or red is your future frame. As you move, as you light that up, as you write your script, as you write your happy ending, you move to the film roll where those merge, and now you're living that script. You're living that new reality. Your ideal script and imagined end manifested. Right? But if you resist any frame in a movie, your focus is no longer on the happy ending, on what you want. You're getting caught in the script, and you're going to move to more scripts or more film rolls or more parallel realities where that drama plays out. Right? Resist nothing. Just wake up and follow the script as you write your ideal script. Then those frames change in what we call linear time. But that's what change is. It's time. Right? Really, that's how scripting manifests and creates your ideal reality. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for joining our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin. For also joining our membership channel. There's a link below. There's more content coming out, probably today, another video for sure, or soon on that channel. But there is a live stream in 2 weeks for sure, August 6, 2023, that will be broadcast live on the membership channel, Sunday morning at 9 a.m. right here in the studios, the Be Something Wonderful studios in Las Vegas. I'll be with you at a live stream to answer the questions that you're sending to me at info@besomethingwonderful.com. So keep the questions coming. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for joining the membership channel. Thank you for being part of the public channel. Just thank you for every day sharing this experience with me. With great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, creators, this is Tom with Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas, in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We'll see you soon.